Hello students, today we are going to start poem 4th, Amanda by Robin Klein. Let us read more about the author. Robin Klein is a poet who takes in his pen the everyday and universal happenings of life. Activities pertaining to small children are very dear to him as they represent innocence, love, smartness and their nature. Let us understand the central idea of the poem. The central idea of the poem revolves around how a child is constantly nagged by her mother. The poetess sheds light on how a child is always monitored and questioned about her actions by her mother. Therefore, Amanda dreams to get away from her troubles. First stanza. Don't bite your nails, Amanda. Don't hunch your shoulders, Amanda. Stop that slouching and sit up straight, Amanda. There is a languid emerald sea, where the sole inhabitant is me, a mermaid drifting blissfully. Hunch means bend, slouching means sitting in a lazy way, languid means relaxed, emerald here means green color, inhabitant means resident, drifting means carried slowly by the water, and blissfully means happily. The poet is describing Amanda, a little girl who is always pointed out by her mother for her mistakes and how she imagines her life to be. The poet says that the mother is pointing out Amanda for biting nails, which is a bad habit. Next, she asks her to sit straight without bending her shoulders. Amanda, who has a habit of bending her shoulders and sitting lazily, is being pointed out because her mother wants her to sit in the right posture. At this point of time, when she is being scolded by her mother, she imagines herself to be in a deep green sea. She says that she wants to be the only resident of this beautiful green sea. She imagines herself like a mermaid who is alone there and leads her life in a very relaxing way. She says that she wants to be carried away by the current of water and feel the relaxing environment there. Second stanza. Did you finish your homework, Amanda? Did you tidy your room, Amanda? I thought I told you to clean your shoes, Amanda. I am an orphan, roaming the street. I pattern soft dust with my hushed bare feet. The silence is golden, the freedom is sweet. Orphan means a child whose parents are dead. Hushed means quiet and still place. Here the poet says that Amanda's mother is inquiring her about whether she has done her homework or not. And then she asks her whether she has cleaned her room or not. Moreover, she is also reminded to clean her shoes. So here we can see that the mother is constantly asking her questions regarding her homework being done or not, or whether she has cleaned up her room and shoes or not. But on the other hand, while Amanda is listening to her mother's instructions, she imagines herself to be an orphan who is roaming in the streets. This means that she imagines if she would have been without parents, she would have walked freely in the streets. She would have drawn designs on the soft dust with her uncovered feet very quietly. So, we can see that she thinks opposite to her mother. Her mother wants her to keep everything neat and clean, but Amanda wants to play in dust with her bare feet. Moreover, she is so fed up of these constant instructions from her mother that she says silence is golden, which means that silence is very crucial and precious. She further says that freedom is sweet. This means she never feels free when she is with her mother. Third stanza. Don't eat that chocolate, Amanda. Remember your acne, Amanda. Will you please look at me when I am speaking to you, Amanda? I am Rapunzel, I have not a care. Life in a tower is tranquil and rare. I will certainly never let down my bright hair. Acne means pimples. Rapunzel means a girl in the fairy tale by Brothers Grimm. Tranquil means calm and quiet. Next, Amanda's mother is disallowing her to eat chocolates. She reminds her of pimples that Amanda faces due to eating chocolates. At last, she scolds her for not paying attention to what her mother says. At this moment, Amanda imagines herself to be Rapunzel. Rapunzel was a character from a fairy tale that was captured in tower by a witch. The witch used to climb the tower with the help of long hair of Rapunzel that were let down by her through the window. So now Amanda wants to be Rapunzel because she feels that life in the tower will be peaceful and unusual. She thinks she will be free and live in a peaceful environment in the tower. She also confirms to herself that she will never let her hair down to anyone so that nobody could come to her in the tower. Fourth stanza. Stop that sulking at once, Amanda. You are always so moody, Amanda. Anyone would think that I nagged at you, Amanda. Sulking means be in a bad mood. Nagged means harass. Amanda's mother now warns her for behaving in a very odd manner. She asks her to stop being in a bad mood. Moreover, she blames her of having such an unstable mood. She also scolds her by saying that her behavior will one day make people think that Amanda was constantly being harassed by her mother. So here we can say that though Amanda is always pointed out by her mother on every small thing, but she can't react to this. If she reacts towards this by getting emotional, her mother takes this against her sense of pride and scolds her that she should not behave like this, as others would think that Amanda's mother is very dominating towards her child. Now I'll discuss some poetic devices with you. Don't bite your nails, Amanda. Exclamation and litotus figure of speech. Exclamation because an exclamatory form is used for poetic effect, and litotus because a negation is used to convey an affirmative meaning to avoid biting nails. Next line. Don't hunch your shoulders, Amanda. Here there are three figure of speech, that is exclamation, synecdoche and litotus. Exclamation because an exclamatory form is used for poetic effect. Synecdoche because parched shoulder stand for Amanda. Litotus because a negation is used to convey an affirmative meaning to avoid hunching shoulders. Next line. Stop that slouching and sit up straight, Amanda. Alliteration figure of speech because the consonant sound st is repeated in the words stop and straight. Next line. There is a languid emerald sea where the sole inhabitant is me, a mermaid drifting blissfully. Here there are four figure of speech, that is metaphor, metonymy, personification and internal rhyme. Metaphor because there is comparison between Amanda and mermaid. The point of comparison is to enjoy one's freedom. Metonymy because mermaid represents Amanda. Personification because the inanimate sea is given the human quality of being languid. And internal rhyme because rhyming words sea and me are used in the same sentence. Did you finish your homework, Amanda? Interrogation figure of speech because a question is asked not for the sake of an answer but for poetic effect. Next line. Did you tidy your room, Amanda? Interrogation figure of speech because a question is asked not for the sake of an answer but for poetic effect. Next line. I thought I told you to clean your shoes, Amanda. Here there are two figure of speech, that is exclamation and repetition. Exclamation because an exclamatory form is used for poetic effect, and repetition because the word I is repeated for poetic effect. Next line. I am an orphan roaming the street. Metonymy figure of speech because an orphan represents Amanda. Next line. I pattern soft dust with my hushed bare feet. Here there are three figure of speech, that is synecdoche, transferred epithet and metaphor. Synecdoche because part feet stands for Amanda. Transferred epithet because the adjective hushed has been transferred from Amanda to her feet. And metaphor because Amanda's footprints are compared to design. The point of comparison is to form a shape. Next line. The silence is golden. The freedom is sweet. Metaphor, figure of speech because silence is compared to gold. The point of comparison is to be precious. Don't eat that chocolate, Amanda. Exclamation and light-notice figure of speech. Exclamation because an exclamatory form is used for poetic effect, and light-notice because a negation is used to convey an affirmative meaning to avoid eating the chocolate. Next line. Remember your acne, Amanda. Exclamation figure of speech because an exclamatory form is used for poetic effect. Next line. Will you please look at me when I am speaking to you, Amanda? Here there are three figure of speech, that is exclamation, alliteration and repetition. Exclamation because an exclamatory form is used for poetic effect. Alliteration because the consonant sound W is repeated in the words will and when. And repetition because the word you is repeated for poetic effect. Next line. I am Rapunzel, I have not a care. Life in a tower is tranquil and rare. Here there are two figure of speech, that is metonymy and internal rhyme. Metonymy because Rapunzel represents Amanda, and internal rhyme because rhyming words care and rare are used in the same sentence. Next line. I will certainly never let down my bright hair. Here there are two figure of speech, that is exclamation and synecdoche. Exclamation because an exclamatory form is used for poetic effect, and synecdoche because part hair stands for Amanda. Stop that sulking at once, Amanda. Exclamation figure of speech because an exclamatory form is used for poetic effect. Next line. You are always so moody, Amanda. Exclamation because an exclamatory form is used for poetic effect. Next line. Anyone would think that I nagged at you, Amanda. Exclamation figure of speech because an exclamatory form is used for poetic effect. So I hope students you would have understood the poem and poetic devices. Thank you.